number of times the word gray has been mentioned. The color gray is something that is a very very dull color. I know some people do like gray, but generally gray is considered to be a dull color. Okay, it's not dangerous, it's not happy, so it's like very dull. Okay, it's the color of cement. So, when everything is gray, she looked at the gray cat and the gray friends and the gray backyard. It shows that the neighborhood they live in, it's not very, happy. And even her mood is not good right now. And that's why she feels, unhappy. And that unhappiness is shown by this color gray being repeated. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day. Remember, we were talking about how she was counting the money because the next day is Christmas. So, tomorrow is Christmas Day, and she had only $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. So, that is why she wants the money. She wants to buy her husband a present, but she does not have enough money. She had been saving every penny she could afford for months. Okay, so she was doing this for months, and this is all that she could save. $20 a week doesn't go far, so Jim only makes $20 a week. Okay, and it's not much, it's not enough because the expenses had been greater than she had calculated. They always are. Okay, so there are always these unexpected expenses that keep coming up. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. So sad, her Jim. Many a happy hour she had been spent planning for something. So she was planning to buy something from him for a very very long time. Okay, something fine and rare and sterling. So she does not want to buy a simple gift. She wants to buy something fine and rare and sterling, shining. Okay, something just little bit near to being worthy of the honor of being owned by Jim. So she's very proud of this man. Okay, and she considers him to be someone who deserves the best, and that's why she wants to buy something that deserves to be owned by Jim. So maybe she can buy something simple with $1.87, but that's not enough. She wants to buy something great, something that is worthy of being owned by Jim. Okay, and that's why this money is not enough. There was a pier glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have seen a pier glass in an $8 flat. A very thin and very agile person may, by observing this reflection in a rapid sequence of longitudinal strips, obtain a fairly accurate conception of his looks. Della, being slender, had mastered the art. Okay, so there was a pier glass between the windows of the room in the middle. Okay, there was a special reflective sort of glass. Okay, a reflective glass on which you could see yourself. And in $8 flat, that is something that is very common. All right, but it's not very wide. That means that pier glass is a very very thin strip of pier glass, and that's why you can't really comfortably see yourself. Okay, but Della, she was slender, she was thin. Okay, and also she has been living here for so long that she has mastered the art of standing in a particular position so that she can look at her reflection. Suddenly, she whirled from the window and stood before the glass. Okay, so she was looking at the window and then she suddenly turned and she looked at the glass. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color within 20 seconds. Okay, so she got some sort of idea. So her eyes started shining very, very brightly, but her face lost its color. So we don't know what she's thought of. Okay, rapidly, she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length. Okay, so she pulled down her hair. She was thinking of something and her hair was in a bun or something, and she pulled it down and she let it fall to its full length. Now, again, the author is breaking the narrative, and now he's going to talk to us directly by telling us that now there are two possessions of the James Dillingham Youngs in which they both took a mighty pride. Okay, so they are not very rich, that we already know, but there are two possessions that they are very, very proud of. There are two things that they own that they are very proud of. Okay, what are these things? One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. So that was a family watch, okay, which was handed down to Jim from his grandfather to his father to Jim. All right. So that was that gold watch that he had. the other was Della's hair. So those are the two possessions that they are very, very proud of. Even in their very reduced circumstances, even in their, financial crunch, these are the two things that they are very proud of: Jim's watch and Della's hair. Okay, she has very beautiful long hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, okay, so the queen of if a queen, who has everything in the world, if she had lived in the apartment opposite to Della's, Della would have let her hair hang out the window someday to dry, just to depreciate her majesty's jewels and gifts. So the queen may have many jewelries and very gifts and everything. She would have a lot of those things, but if Della would, let out her hair through the window to dry her hair, and her majesty saw this hair, the author tells us that, the queen's jewelry and her gifts and all her wealth would be nothing when compared to Della's hair. It was so great. Had King Solomon been the janitor with all his treasures piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed, just to see him pluck his beard from envy. So, those two possessions that they had, even though there was not much, okay, the author is telling us that even kings and queens would be jealous because they could not own that what Jim and Della had. So now Jella's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. Okay, so it was like, almost like a brown river is flowing there. It was rippling and shining, very, very beautiful. It reached her knee and made it almost a garment for herself. So it was very long, okay, it reached her knee, and it was almost like if she left her hair open, she would not need any clothes. So it was that thick. All right, and then she did it up again nervously and quickly. So she left her hair down and then she tied it up again, and she was nervous. Okay, once she faltered for a minute and stood there while a tear or two splashed on the worn carpet. So she has some idea, all right, and she's tying up her hair again, but then she's also crying because tears are falling onto the uh, carpet. Okay, one on went her brown jacket. So she put on her brown jacket and her brown hair. Remember, again, look at the colors, brown. Okay, so not very happy, with a whirl of skirts and with the brilliant sparkle still in her eyes. So even though her clothes are very common and brown, there is still that brilliant sparkle in her eyes. Okay, she went out the door and she went down the stairs, okay, into the street. So we'll stop there and we'll continue in the next class. I hope you enjoyed the story till now. For the rest of the hour, please reread this portion and try and find out. There are many difficult words here, okay. Some of them are given in the glossary, some are not. So what I want you to do is sit with the dictionary, and any word that you find difficult, please try and find the meaning and try and understand it. All right, thank you.